Hey, what is up guys, KS here. In today's video I'll be talking about how I went from mid diamond to Grandmaster slash top 500. As you can see here, I'm ranked 477, but that won't last long because it is early on in the season where top 500 just came out like a few days ago. The ladder is kind of, the season rating for top 500 is kind of low, as you can see here, but it stabilizes after a few weeks. And currently I'm ranked for, oh, that's Europe. I am right here, 477, right? I've already played 419 games this season. I've been on the grind. I think I played the most out of all the top 500 players so far, or most of the GM players. Anyways, so before we get into the tips, I'm going to show you some of my history. So I've started in season 10. I played on my brother's account. I've got like 100 errors. I primarily played Ana in season 10 and I ended in low diamond. So season 11 I played on this account and the other account. I played DPS on this account and main tank and Ana on the other account, and they both ended the same rank. So I have a lot of hours in Ana, just so you know. In this season I focused on playing Zenyatta in Ana, and I climbed like crazy. I don't know how. I think some of the tips that I'm going to tell you guys might be the reason why. And as you can see, the win rate 61% on Zenyatta, 57% on Ana. It was actually negative win rate on Ana before I got to GM, and the game started getting better once I play Ana in GM. Games were a lot better. So without further ado, let's get right into flanks. So what I mean by that, let's say the team is pushing up here. They're pushing the payload. They come to this choke point, and they're kind of just stuck. They're just trading abilities, poking each other, building ultimates, and then as a Zenyatta or a DPS player, you can come here, come to the left side, or anywhere that is similar, and charge up your abilities, and then potentially get a quick kill by flanking the enemy where they don't expect it. Let's say the enemy Ana is like holding here, or enemy Zenyatta, they're holding here, they're hiding behind here or something, and you can actually kill them here. As you can see, it happens a lot and it's quite useful. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't really matter, you just go back to your team. So that's what a soft flank is. So moving on to the next tip. So tip number 2, what you want to do is try to limit as many angles as possible. So you want to be exposed to as little angles as possible. So let's say on this map Rialto, you're playing Ana or Zenyatta or DPS. You want to limit yourself, right, to the angles. So let's say you're holding here, right? This is a good spot at the beginning when your team is up there. But once your team starts falling back, you probably want to come to the pillar over here or on the right here, because this way you're not exposed to the angle, the flankers from the left or the flankers from the right here. But somebody hard flanking all the way around the map to the back, that is unavoidable, and you need to pay attention to that. And holding up here is really bad because you can get fire strike and just get splash damage by like a fire up top and die really easily. And you're also exposed to the flank here. If like a Hanzo or McCree pushes up and you're here charging up your right click, like you're not knowing what's going on, you just die. So make sure you limit as many angles as possible, and you probably want to stop like at these pillars. But do keep in mind, there could be whittles like at the platform if you're holding too far back and your shield is not over there. Like your shield is too far forward, you can get sniped. So you probably want to hold like this angle. So kind of peek in and out, and heal your teammates. And as you keep falling back, you probably want to hold here, because you're really limiting yourself to one angle really. Is when you peek, you heal your teammate. If you're playing Ana, you heal your team here. And if somebody tries to flank you, then you can just keep peeking like this and ask your team for help, and he should be dealt with. And again, someone could be hard flanking all the way to the back, but that's unavoidable. That's up to your own game sense and awareness. So another example of just like limiting the angles you're exposed to. Let's say your team's pushed up here, right? You just find, okay, I kind of messed up my fuel management. So you always want to stay in cover. You want to stay behind this building, play around it, shoot rockets. Run around this, shoot rockets, right? In low rated players, they kind of fly, hover in the open, right? I mean, anyone can kill you really, and Ana with decent aim can kill you. You know, McCree, Soldier, Widowmaker, Diva, you know. But if you're playing up here, a soldier can't really get to you. You can shoot rockets, come back to cover. You can take some poke damage, you can come back taking cover, and you get healed up by your team. And you keep poking. And you might get a kill or two. 4 will be... You always want to play for ultimate charge, especially if you're a off healer. And when there's nothing going on for your team, ultimates becomes really important. They can change the tide of the team fight really easily. So as a Zenyatta player, you want to optimize your Harmony Orb. So you almost always want to keep it on your tanks because they have armor. Like the best target to keep your Harmony Orb on is Winston, because he jumps in and you keep his orb on him. It keeps his armor up, and that way he will stay alive longer, and you pretty much get tons of ultimate charge that way. But sometimes you want to play with your support. I mean, not sometimes, you always want to play with your other support, your main healer. If you're playing off heal, you want to heal them whenever they are in need. And placing your Discord orb on the correct target. So let's say someone is out of position, a Roadhog, you want to discard him and call out to your team and just use everything on him. And he will get melted immediately because your discard orb is a damage amplifier, is really powerful. And that way you build up your ultimate charge faster. A lot of the times when your whole team gets graphed on and you're like 5% away from your ultimate, and then you're just like, oh, unlucky, man, you know, that's really unlucky, guys. We go again. But no, it's not really luck. You could have done better if you use your Harmony Orbs better or your Discord Orbs better. So keep that in mind. Next time when you're like, you know, even 1% away, it's not really luck because you could have built it faster. Better players will be able to build it faster in whatever way they can. They can, you know, just hit more targets, damage more targets, put the Discord Orb in more effective use, and the Harmony Orb, so keep that in mind. So tip number 5 here would be knowing favorable duels and unfavorable duels. So if you know it's unfavorable, you don't want to take them. If you know it's favorable, you want to take them. So let's say a Hanzo is holding up here, and there's a McCree down there pushing the payload with his team. And his team is like kind of up there on the bridge, on the high ground, fighting with our team, for example. And then the Hanzo is here dueling the McCree. Hanzo obviously has the advantage because he has the high ground, first of all, and he has no damage fall off. Where McCree, he's looking up on his tiny little head. It's going to be really hard to shoot, and McCree has damage fall off. McCree cannot one-shot Hanzo, but Hanzo can one-shot McCree. So this duel favors Hanzo, and as a McCree player, you probably shouldn't be taking that. You probably should be, you know, coming up here the stairway, maybe try to throw a flashbang, try to make a play. If not, just go back down with your team. So another tip would be, let's say you know a Widowmaker is over there, the high ground, where my rocket is landing, and as a fire player, you're not going to do anything hovering over here. You're not going to do much being with your team either. It's just a bad pick overall, unless you can try to make a flank happen and turn the duel in your favor. So you want to come down here, and you want to Potion Blast, come up, and just dive on her. If you do it like this, it's almost impossible for her to react. She's most likely scoped in here, here, or here. She might scope in here, actually. But you get the idea. You surprise her, you dive her, you hit your first rocket, it's gonna disrupt her aim, because she's gonna get bounced about. And then you hit another rocket, and if that doesn't hit, the third rocket should finish the kill. And that's you secure the kill for your team, and you can just hide here. And wait for your team to push up. And that should be a free point. You want to play with your team, right? You want to play with your team at the start of the game. You come up, let's say you're fire playing on this map, with your team, you're shooting rockets, you know, but not much is going on. You're not getting any picks. Nothing is really dying. You can really switch it up. And especially on this map as far, you can try to flank over here. You don't want to make any noise though, I don't think. They might be able to hear you. You crouch here, and then you ask your team to tell you when they're going to push in. And once they push in, you're going to fly over and flank them. right? Just change up your playstyle. Obviously, this is only for this first point, just for fire. For different heroes, there are different things you want to learn. So just play unpredictable. It can really mess with your opponent. So moving on to the very last tip here, I'm talking about will be just keep the communication going, right? I don't mean just useless chatter. You know, let's say your Ana player doesn't really talk a whole lot and she's getting flanked. Just simple things like say help her Ana. You know, your whole team turns around and try to help her, and it can make the difference between winning a fight and losing a fight. You know, by helping your Ana, the enemy flanker uses all resources on the Ana and doesn't kill her, and you might be able to kill the enemy flanker like a Tracer or Genji instead, and giving your team a pick. So, also to keep callouts on enemy cooldowns, right? For example, Tracer uses recall, Genji no dash, Roadhog no hook, you know, things like that. Zarya no bubble, little things like that is going to make a difference. The higher you climb, it's going to affect the decision you'll be taking. You know, if the enemy has a bubble, you probably don't want to go in as a Doomfist with your ultimate, because they will just get bubbled. That means you won't do any damage. You pretty much put yourself in a bad spot and just suicided. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and found this helpful. Let me know in the comment section what you learned from this video, what you can improve from. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.